going to take one small sip.
And that seemed like more than a sip.
Yeah, let me show you. Refined.
1893, made with cola nut extract and real sugar. Boldly blended cola.
Your mind races, your heart pounds. That's why first response can let you know 6 days sooner. And now we let you know more with Bluetooth-enabled First Response Pregnancy Pro. Connects to an app to support you through your entire journey. No sooner, no more.
We're going to prove just how wet and sticky your current gel antiperspirant is. And now we're going to show you how Degree Dry Spray is different. Degree Dry Spray goes on instantly dry for a cleaner feel. Degree, it won't let you down.
You boys new around here?
Yeah, I made the Pop-Tart. And I'm Orange Crush Pop-Tart.
Well then, 2 big snacks on me.
She was really cool.
Can't hold your soda, boys.
Around the world, around the clock, in defense of all the old Learn more at Navy.com.
You may write me down in history with your music-twisted lies. You may drown me in very dirt, but still like dust.
Hey, Sean.
Hey man, how are you?
I am up to here in office stuff, but besides that, I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm okay, kind of bummed.
Oh, right, it's your last day, isn't it?
Yeah, they sacked me.
He's the killer.
They killed me.
That is true. Before you go, I'm glad I invited you because I have to do an exit interview with you before you head out. So sort of protocol around here. So okay, let me just start at the beginning. Who's your favorite serial killer?
Ted Bundy.
Get that a lot around here. Did you have a fun time on the show?
Yeah, while it lasted.
Mm-hmm. I see. Did you do any weird sex stuff here in the building while you were here?
No.
Do you want to? I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. Now, did you think that we actually needed Eli on the show, or do you feel like he was just sort of added fluff, a glorified extra, eye candy, an opportunity for you?
We needed him about as much as, like, Scream needs an after show. So it's like, you don't need it, but it's nice to have.
Okay, very good point. I'm just going to make sure, because I know you have sort of gotten into some hijinks here on the set. I'm just going to make sure. This is my assistant Denise's keyboard, so I'm going to need that put away. This is from my apartment. I don't even know how you got in there. These are my favorite color, so I'm going to keep these.
Okay.
And pretty much and these are your restraining orders, so you do need to take these with you, because legally you do have to. So just go ahead and there you go. And
Carry a box.
yeah, thank you so much. Oh my God, it was so fun meeting you.
You too.
Neat.
I'll tweet you, man.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
See you, man.
And now it's time for the part of the show where I sit down with a cast member and say, screw you, I've known you for months and you never told me you were the killer, losing me dozens of dollars on bets at this finale. Hi, Amadeus Serafini. When did you find out that you were the killer?
You know what? I have one hint.
What?
This episode.
This episode. No, this is the finale. Yep. We just watched the finale.
Yep. And that was the hint.
That was the hint? You didn't know until the finale?
I think they did a good job of really building suspense up to that. What do you think?
Yes, absolutely. Came out of nowhere. How would you kill somebody? You, Amadeus.
How would I kill them with their own tie when they interviewed me for too long?
The sound of that. Ladies. Well, I just want to say, on behalf of everyone at Scream After Dark, congratulations on the finale. We decked it out in all of our celebration finest. The best that Party City had to offer. Yeah. Do you think we're hair twins? Could we do our own show called Hair Twins?
It's freaking me out because I feel like I'm looking in the mirror.
You do a lot of, you have a nice, like, what would you call that? Like your thing, what you do with your eyes.
They
Like,
frequently refer to it as a smolder.
a smolder. You would give me your best smolder.
Okay.
I mean, how do you not just fall in love with that? I mean, seriously, I don't know how to interview somebody with that. You know what I love? That's right, water chestnuts. But you know what I love that's also relevant to this show? Clips. Take a look.
Hi, how are you? I'm Jackson, and I'm in charge of the prop blood here at Scream. You know, a lot of prop masters and other productions use corn syrup or kit soup, but I use my own blood.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us here at Scream After Dark. Are we sure?
Hey, yo, right here. Let's go. I got next. I got next. Hey, yo, my man, I got next. Hey, right here, I got next. Hey, I'm next.
got next game.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Los Angeles Lakers. Looking at the Lakers, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Let us talk for a moment about one Kobe Bryant. Coming off another season riddled with injury. Kenny, do you think he can still carry the Laker offense?
I don't know if he wants to carry the Laker offense anymore. I know he has the willpower to carry the offense. He still was the leading guy on the team last season in shot attempts. But a year off, something to overcome, man. I think he needs to put that kind of energy aside and concentrate on helping some of the younger players as we go on in this season.
You know him very well, Shaq.
Well, at this point of his career, he has a game that is not dependent on raw physicality. You know, he can take over with skill. Early in his career, he used to jump out the gym. Now he's older, shooting a lot of jump shots. But I agree with Kenny. Bring somebody else along. You only got 1, 2, maybe 3 years left. It's time to mentor somebody else.
Tip-off is fast approaching as we send it courtside to Kevin Harlan.
Coming to you live. The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. The action tonight will be happening out in Los Angeles, where the Clippers will be going up against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And guys, last season, we saw the emergence of Gobert and Favors for the Jazz. Both were just phenomenal down the stretch, and Utah really played well after the All-Star break. Can they be the best defensive big man tandem in the league, Jet?
I'll tell you, this is like deja vu. It feels like I've been saying this all day, but this combination of size and length is hard to score against. I mean, they're a difficult team, but they did it at the end of the season when teams take the foot off the gas. They have to do it now when the lights are bright.
You know, both were top 15 in the league in blocks per game last year. Now I want to see one of them become a prolific MF scorer.
What's MF?
MF stands for most frequently.
Of
I mean,
course.
he's got to dominate both ends of the court.
Thank you for the clarification on the MF. That's awesome. And you know what, Gobert? Highlight reel guy. He'll come up with some jaw-dropping stuff.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are young, athletic, and hard to guard.
Ernie. Rawr.
What's
you know
that mean?
That's my Gobert sound. Get it? Rawr.
Gobert.
Rawr.
I caught it.
Yeah, I wish I didn't. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We are live at the Staples Center for a Western Conference contest with the Los Angeles Clippers here in L.A. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke report.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. Our game tonight featuring the Portland Trail Blazers as they go up against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. One of the bigger stories this offseason, where would LaMarcus Aldridge wind up? Ultimately, he chose to leave Portland. How much does this set the Trailblazers back, Shaq?
Pretty far, Ernie. It's going to be impossible to replace the consistency and the numbers that Aldridge provided. But now, Damian Lillard's team going forward, so he has to keep everybody involved, and he has to be a little bit more consistent, especially when shooting a long-range shot.
Yeah, they're more perimeter-oriented now. But they still have a fantastic group of perimeter players.
That does it for us. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time.
And a view at dusk out over Temple Square in the entertainment district of City Creek here in Utah. And welcome, everyone, to another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. You can feel the energy inside Energy Solutions Arena. Jazz looking to please their fans in this Western Conference matchup.
Ready to go?
And so off the tip, it's Utah. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Al-Farouq Aminu is out there with Mo Harkless. And it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's McCollum. Plumlee with the screen. 6 on the shot clock. McCollum passes to Plumlee. Three-pointer. And Mo Harkless, the basket, on the assist by McCollum. Harkless has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries.
Here's Harkless. Derek Favors making his last shot. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Mack, covered by Lillard. Favors dishes to Gobert. Here's Mack. Aminu grabs the miss.
And, just as you said, Portland didn't have enough to get by the Grizzlies in the first round. Ended up losing in 5 after taking 1 game, and that was game 4. Just had a hard time breaking down the Memphis defense. When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
And Gobert kicks to Mack, and it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That's his first foul. Exum, he's checked in for Shelvin Mack. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Davis is checked in for Plumlee. Myers Leonard comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And Krabs subbed in for Harkless. Hood, the pass to Gobert. That one wide left.
Another loss for the Blazers when they were the 4 seed, as you mentioned. As a franchise, they have lost in the first round every time they have ended up as the 4 seed. Not exactly a good position for them to be in.
Now, here's Exum. Hayward from outside. And that comes off the assist by Exum.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
The dish now to Craig. To the right side. Now here's McCollum, guarded closely. Shot clock at 6. Davis sends a screen. Fires, high post. McCollum, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
A shot by Hayward, wide open, and Utah another 3.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Lillard left side. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Jazz lead by 5. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Exum and Burks, their backcourt. Lyles out there with Trevor Booker. And it's Ingles in at the 3. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. Lillard outside. The feed to Vonleh. 4 on the shot clock. And no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there.
You know, guys, Dante Exum is such a fluid, versatile athlete. Really shows great promise. Has tremendous size and length for a point guard. Can also play the 2. His rookie season last year, though, a mixed bag.
For Dante Exum, Greg, last season he didn't shoot the ball that well, and his turnover rate was what you might expect from a rookie, but his defense was good. In fact, borderline excellent at times.
That's a great point, Kevin. And you know what I like about Exum, when his shot wasn't falling, you know, he didn't allow it to affect the other facets of his game. He would find ways to contribute, and that's the kind of attitude that so many scouts got excited about when they were talking about this guy in the first place.
Mason Plumlee will really put it on you. Tough, hard-nosed player, has the size to bang and the athleticism, GA, to run the court.
And it's interesting, Kevin. His game translated better as a professional than maybe as a collegiate. I mean, he's a guy that's a lunch pail kind of player. Rolls up his sleeves, focuses in, and willing to do the dirty work.
Excellent point about the comparison college to pro. I think you're right on it.
And, you know, back to Plumlee, he showed steady improvement last season, improved statistically in just about every category over his rookie year. If he could become a little less mechanical with his post game, I think he could even go higher.
So it's the Jazz now after Mo Harkless's miss. Pass to Burks. Baseline J on the way, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
You know, one thing about Plumlee, going back, he's been a tremendous rebounder. He can shoot over 60% from the field for you. However, he was a terrible free throw shooter last season, under 50%, which caused at least a couple teams to employ a little hack-a-Mason strategy.
And Utah has possession. Following the score by Damian Lillard. Passes it to Burks. There's a good screen. No good with the triple.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Lillard dishes to Vonleh. Burks with the steal. 1:15 left here in the second. The three. Another miss by Utah. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Lillard. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Lillard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. .56 seconds left in the first half. It's stolen by Aminu. Now here's McCollum. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Crabbe. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. For Utah, they've gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Kicks it to Hood. This one for 3. Portland grabs the miss. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Davis sets a screen. McCollum up top. It's stolen by Gobert. Now here's Exum. He's guarded by McCollum.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Sacramento Kings up against the Hawks in Atlanta. Looking at the Hawks, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And one of the guys we'll be seeing tonight is Al Horford. He's not a flashy guy by any means. Has never gotten all that much national media love, but Shaq, wouldn't you say he is as solid a post player as you'll find?
You know what? He doesn't do anything with flash and doesn't have the big contract, but he plays like it. I just want to say muchas gracias, papi. He's from Dominican Republic.
Oh, muy bien. Well, he does everything you want a post player to do. I mean, honestly, he passes the basketball. He can handle it off a rebound. He moves it, post moves. He's improved his outside shot. But the only thing I would say is improve being more aggressive. I'd like to see Al at times try to get 30.
And that does it for us.
Muy bien again.
Thanks for tuning in.
Muchas gracias.
And we'll see you later.
De nada.
The sights of the Atlanta skyline as we are here in the heart of Georgia. Welcome, everyone, to Phillips Arena. We're in Atlanta, Georgia, the home of the Hawks, where we'll be broadcasting live today, bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And it's the Hawks to start out. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Sacramento, McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Quincy Ace. And it's Rondo in at the point.
And former coach of the year, George Karl, making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
Now here's Rondo. Following the miss by Paul Millsap. Here's Cousins. And Horford pulls it down. Teague with the ball. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Teague's got his team on the board to start the game for the Hawks. And what a pickup to get a guy like Karl, Greg, on their bench, as you mentioned. He's just been a winner, Clark, his entire career.
Well, he's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. He's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion and respect for George Karl.
As did his son Kobe.
That's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's right. It was a family affair.
Now here's Rondo, following the miss by Al Horford. Here's Cousins. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Mike Budenholzer and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He told me he's wary about how they'll contend with DeMarcus Cousins inside. He said he's a beast in there, no doubt about it. Size, length, strength, and a ton of skill. The talent is really off the charts with him. And guys, he knows it won't be easy to muscle Cousins away from the rim, but he said that's what they've got to find a way to do. It won't be easy.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Here's Teague, picked by Horford. It's stolen by Rondo. Passes to AC. Gay dishes to Cousins. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
T kicks to Horford. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Bazemore misses.
Boy, he blew the easy two by profile, trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
Now here's Rondo. Here's Cousins. Good work defensively by Horford. And that does it for the first quarter. Kings lead by 5. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Second quarter getting ready to start up. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
Sacramento leading by 5. Cephalosha is out there with Mike Scott. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Splitter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Here is Caspi. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Schroeder. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Lays it in off the breakaway. Schroeder's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Hawks.
And Dennis Schroeder out of Germany, his teammates give him a hard time about putting mayonnaise on everything. He eats a turkey burger with mayo before every game. And let me tell you, no need to change because he's settling in just fine.
He feeds it to Cephalosha. Scott the pass to Cephalosha. From 10 feet out. And it falls over the rim and in.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Good point, Clark. They're starting to make some shots, looking to try and get back in this one.
That was your Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders. One more time. Give it up.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Outside Collison. Shot from 12. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Hawks trail by 3.
Sacramento didn't have a free-flowing offense, and they wanted to get up and down, and it showed in their play transitioning from stagnant to free-flowing.
And it's Schroeder missing. Now here's Collison, the fast break opportunity. Here's Curry. Good D by Hardaway.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Now here is Hardaway. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Sacramento, a team that is likely to put it on the floor to attack. We saw that last year. They have no problem creating with clear movement versus ball movement, which is something which is a nice way to kind of begin the transition.
It is, and Kevin, they were dead last in the league in terms of catch-and-shoot field goal attempts. Also near the bottom in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage, so they might have been justified in that.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he makes the first.
you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. And the Kings will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Koufos. Cauley Stein comes in for Caspi. Rudy Gay's checked in for Curry. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Darren Collison. Talking about Bellinelli, he won the NBA three-point shootout back in 2014. Looked like he'd perfected his stroke. That gave him, Greg, confidence in every other part of his game.
And talent is one thing, but confidence truly does trump almost everything else. And he just didn't seem to have it last season. But he has that craftiness and high-level skill set to really bounce back this year and prove that he's the real deal. A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
And it's sent back by Horford. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. The Kings making a switch here. McLemore is checked in. 27 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Gay can't get it to go. The Hawks trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Teague left side. Rondo with the steal. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. Korver with the defensive effort. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. The Kings on top, leading by 5. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. Their biggest lead during the opening period was 5. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. What'd you think about Sacramento, Kenny?
Well, it's tough to play on the road, and they overcame that. They were mentally and physically prepared for this game, but it hasn't been easy. They faced some intense play from a team on its home turf, but these guys didn't cave in. In fact, they fought back with some intensity of their own, successfully, in front of a very hostile crowd.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks?
Well, they're definitely struggling with their offensive efficiency. Anytime you're shooting in the low 30s from the floor, you're not going to put yourself in a position to win. They look too predictable right now. They need to do a better job of adjusting to what they're seeing from the defense.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Sacramento leading by 5 on the court for Sacramento. McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. Rinse the AC out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Rondo in at the guard position.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
It was a trade that seemingly had been talked about for several years. Finally last season, Boston shipping out Rajon Rondo to the Dallas Mavericks, Clark, halfway through the season.
Yeah, and it seemed to me to be a trade that actually helped both teams.
Here is Korver. Sacramento making their last shot. Picked by Horford. Korver dishes to Millsap. Inside, Horford. Banked in off the glass.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
Rondo against T. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. 6 on the shot clock, and it's Rondo penetrating. Good. Rondo's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Kings.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
You look back last year, and the Hawks were incredible at home last season. Not a bad way to help unveil that beautiful statue of Dominique Wilkins in front of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, and so much went right for the Hawks. And adding that statue up, Neek, was the cherry on top. Very classy move from that organization.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Chris Humphries has checked in for Horford. Cephalosha comes in for Kent Bazemore. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for T. Here's Humphries after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Humphries with a screen on Collison. And that one's good. Schroeder.
And, you know, for the Hawks last season, they ended with a 35-6 record at home, and that was the best in the East and the second best in the NBA.
Now here's Gay. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. 6 points for Gay. Schroeder kicks to Millsap. There's the pick. Korver gets a wide-open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And for the Hawks, it was a good year to get the city. No, take that. It was a great year to get the city talking about basketball again. And Atlanta hasn't always rallied behind this team, but boy, did they show up more than usual last season.
Now here's Schroeder. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Schroeder's got 6.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
They get it back, and that one's good. Cousins.
You know, their field goal percentage is creeping up toward that 50% mark, which is a nice change from the first half.
And with their offense clicking and the score in their favor, they've got all the momentum right now.
And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut back down to 6. They get the basket from Korver.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Now here's Collison. He's guarded by Schroeder. Collison kicks to Cousins. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. This is his first free throw of the game.
DeMarcus Cousins at the line for 2. Under 6.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
That free throw, no good. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And the second free throw, good. T. Shot is off. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Kings lead by 7. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. They've got Kent Bazemore. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Teague. Then it's Mike Scott. And it's Horford in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Now here's Teague. It's stolen by McLemore. He dishes it to Rondo. Pass to Bellinelli. Clock at 4. Lets it go from 14. No luck. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Schroeder passes to Scott. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Horford. It's hauled in by the Kings. Cousins has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Outside Rondo. Cousins inside. Scott's there. Cousins no good. Teagues it to Bazemore. The feed to Scott. Takes a shot at the elbow, and he gets it to go. Scott's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for Atlanta. Rondo kicks to Cauley-Stein. Screen by Cousins. Cauley-Stein dishes to McLemore. Second chance shot. Out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Atlanta making some changes. Millsap comes in for Mike Scott. And it's Corver in for Dennis Schroeder. Quincy Azy's checked in for Sacramento. Gay comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. We can't let up now. If we stay and make a few plays, we'll be right back in it. His message was clear. Stay the course, Kevin.
And the Kings making a change here. Collison's out there. And with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Bazemore.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
A little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. And the shot is long.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Teague against Collison. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
Shooting for Paul Millsap. 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 2 here. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
No problems knocking that one down. And the Kings lead by 5.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
There's a minute left to play in the final quarter. Millsap passes to T. Takes the 13-footer. No good. Great D that time from Collison. And it's Gay at the elbow. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. So it's Sacramento now. It's a 5-point game. Here's Cousins. Rebounded by the Hawks.
No time to spare. They need a bucket.
Without question. Again, maybe a steal or a foul to get the clock stopped as well.
Yes!
Great unspoken communication between teammates leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and gameplay. And here's Collison. 5 on the clock. Kicks it to Cousins. Looking to get back on track here. Can't hit.
And a chance here to send it to overtime.
Got to see the three and be the three if that's going to happen.
So it's the Kings taking the W in a close one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hi, Kevin, here with Rajon Rondo. And Rajon, when you look back on tonight's win, what ultimately decided this game?
Stops. I think we executed offensively, came up with some lucky plays, and we got stops at the end.
Rajon, thank you. Kevin, a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMarcus Cousins. He was the engine that drove this team the whole night, and his teammates had no problem harnessing the power of that motor.
He deserves a ton of credit on how many areas of the game he impacted tonight. His defense was superb. Offensively, he was ready to shoot the basketball. However you slice it, he was lighting it up at one end of the court and shutting them down on the other.
You could just see the intensity and focus from him, right, Kenny? I mean, he wasn't fazed by the crowd. You know, usually that's the case with him, but not tonight. He came in determined to make the little plays, make some big ones, and keep the momentum going.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Orlando Magic. Well, for Orlando, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Last season, the Cavs did not have the best record in the Eastern Conference. The Hawks did, but Cleveland did come out of the East and go to the NBA Finals. Shaq, as long as LeBron is there with this roster, how much pressure do they have to make the Finals every year?
Well, LeBron said it himself. He's the best player on the planet. They have to be one of the favorites as long as they keep that roster intact, and they have to stay injury-free, Ernie.
Do you think the best player on the planet has to let people know he's the best player on the planet? I knew he was the best player. You don't have to tell us that.
Well, maybe somebody who's not on this planet.
But how many people are not?
Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they made it to the finals last year with all the injuries. Of course, he's the best player. He's playing at a high level. I think he might have put a little bit undue pressure on himself now to continue to be the best player on this planet, because people from other planets might come down and say, hey, let's check it out.
Consider this.
What?
Maybe he said that because it took the pressure off the rest of the guys on that team. Maybe he said, look, I'm going to say this out there. Everybody will be talking about this, and my guys won't feel as much NBA Finals pressure.
Ernie, you must have a cap on your head, a thinking cap, that is.
You're buying that then?
I sure am. I'm going to sell it afterwards, but I'm going to buy it now.
That's high praise from the two of you. And it's not a thinking cap. It's a dunce cap. I've been wearing it for quite some time.
Oh, I didn't know the point meant dunce.
Dummy.
At the shooting guard position, at 6'6", number 5, J.R. Smith. Starting at center, at 6'9", number 13, Tristan Thompson. He's starting at forward from UCLA, number 0, Kevin Love. He's starting at point guard from Duke University, number 2, Kyrie Irving. From St. Vincent St. Mary High School in Akron, Ohio, number 23, LeBron James. The head coach of your home team, Cavaliers.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Home court advantage goes to the Cavaliers, playing here in Quicken Loans Arena.
It's been a nice clean game, huh?
So Cleveland will get the first possession. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So on the floor for Orlando, the backcourt is Payton and Oladipo. Gordon and Vucevic together in the post, and it's Fournier in at the 3 slot. And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Gordon kicks to Vucevic. Oladipo against Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the paint, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. LeBron outside. Kicks to Irving. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Kyrie Irving, an explosive scorer. We all know that. His rate of assists continually dropping over his NBA career. And Greg, does he need to be more of a pure point guard?
You know, he does have the advantage of playing with LeBron James, one of the best playmakers in the league. It's a good fit, I think, at this stage of his career, because right now they need him to score the basketball while he continues to improve his point guard skills.
Orlando on D. The screen from Thompson. Smith against Oladipo. It's up a 3. And James with the basket on the assist by Smith. LeBron's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, one thing you can say about Kyrie Irving as he's got more talent around him, he's become much more efficient offensively. Shot selection had been a question for him, but no longer as he's gotten more help.
The shot's good from Fournier. We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter of the game. Irving dishes to Love. James, the pass to Love. Now the pass to Irving. And again, it's Cleveland.
And Irving with multiple 55-point games last season. The first player to do that since the great Kobe Bryant back in '07.
Now here's Payton. Picked by Vucevic. Oladipo outside. 6 to shoot. From deep. Thompson with the rebound.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Some nice passing by Cleveland here. James kicks to Love. Fades. And Vucevic pulls it down.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Payton dishes to Vucevic. From the stripe. The shot no good. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Cavaliers lead by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp, not much stagnation at all on offense.
The Magic trail by 4.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Channing Frye out there with Mazda. And it's Dellavedova in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. And a wide open look for James. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. And it's 6 points for LeBron. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
And so here's Cleveland following the miss by Jennings. Mozgov's shot is off.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
The Cavaliers leading by 5. Shoots from 14. Misses off the left iron.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Screen by Smith. Jennings passes to Smith. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
Watson, who's checked in for Marvin. .121 left here in the second. It's stolen by Smith. It's Jennings with the drive. Mozgov grabs the board.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Here's James. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Some people think LeBron's athleticism, Clark, has declined over the last few years. He might be the first to admit it. He still looks terrific, though.
Well, he's, that's a natural progression for any player, even if you are LeBron. But he's still an elite athlete by NBA standards.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And remember the quote from LeBron on the subject. Obviously, I'm not the 18-year-old kid that I was before, but I can still do the things I need to be successful.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Channing Frye. Smith checked in for Shumpert. And Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Both free throws good from James.
You know, LeBron was just so far ahead of everyone in the league when he was young. I mean, even a LeBron who has lost a step is more athletic than 95% of our league.
Now, here's Oladipo. Down low, it's deflected. And, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. He dishes it to Irving. 29 seconds left to play in the first half. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Here's Oladipo. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At about an 82% clip a season ago, so I'm sure he'll take those numbers.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
And the first one drops. And Orlando making a change here. Payton's checked in. Good on both. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And here is LeBron. He's got 8. With 1 on the clock. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Cavaliers on top, leading by 3. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Gentlemen, I'm over here with Tristan Thompson, and after that first half, Tristan, what's the plan going to be for this second half?
Well, it's simple. It's going to be a dogfight. You know, they got big guys, true bigs, and we got to come out, play hard, and not let up.
You have to have plenty of bark in a dogfight, Tristan. Thank you. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be taking a look back at the first half of basketball. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. They didn't stop fighting in the second quarter as they maintained most of their first quarter lead and now lead by 3 at the break. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
You know what jumps out at me? Their efficiency on the offensive end. They shared the basketball. Good shot selection. They showed a lot of patience, and that patience will be tested the rest of the way.
Check. What'd you think about Orlando?
I like to see them create more points in the paint. The problem I would say is that defenses can sag in, take away angles for entry passes, quickly double. So you got to be creative. Inside screens, back cuts, drive and dish. You need to do whatever it takes to get the guy open.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
On the court for Orlando, Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. Payton and Oladipo, the explosive backcourt pair. And it's Fournier in at the small forward position.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role. Didn't let the move bother him and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Now here's Payton, following the miss by J.R. Smith. Here's Vucevic. Shot's good. Vucevic has got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Magic.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
The screen from Thompson. Irving kicks to Love. Love with the screen for LeBron. The wide open look for Love. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And whether he's a great off-balance shooter or not, the lean is probably not the best option on that shot.
Here's Vucevic, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2. That one on Love. Big step last year for Vucevic's offense, Clark. Unstoppable at times, both on the blocks and facing up.
Vucevic is a real outstanding future all-star front courter. Rebounds at a high rate in traffic and out of his area. Finishes, faces up. This kid has a lot of upside. I really like his game.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
And it's tied up with that one.
And talking about Vucevic's development last season, he's also had the highest assist average of his career. He's a good decision maker on the floor, knows when to take it himself, and knows when to kick it to cutters and spot up shooters.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert, he's checked in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for J.R. Smith. Here's Dellavedova. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Back to Shumpert. Here's the screen. The kick out to Irving. And another miss by Cleveland.
You know, and getting back to Vucevic, I mean, he's at an age where he may only get better. Averaged nearly 20 points a game last year after averaging only 14 the year before. That was an incredible leap in production, and I think it's one that'll continue.
Now, here is Irving. On the wing, Shumpert. Fry with the ball. Good! And the Cavaliers lead by 1.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. A clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Here's Dellavedova. After the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Dellavedova kicks to Fry. Outside jumper. 6 on the shot clock. Fry, good.
Channing Frye with the bucket.
The Magic have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Now here's Jennings. He's guarded closely. To the middle. Here's Nicholson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Magic have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
Definitely an area where they can improve. Only 73% as a team from the line last year.
Yeah, as a group, really a dismal year for them from the line last season, guys.
And he knocks down the first one. The Magic making a switch here. And so Nicholson nails both of them. 15 seconds left in the third. Here's Irving. One second left. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Magic lead by 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the 4th quarter. The Cavaliers trailing. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at the 5. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
And I'm sensing something special going on here tonight.
It certainly does have the feeling of a classic, Greg. Let's see which team is better equipped to handle the pressure.
Now, here's Oladipo. Shot from the top of the key. They get it back. The Cavaliers shooting at 50% in a decent group. James in the post. No one near Smith as he lets it go. His 3-pointers off the mark. Well, Orlando shooting 43% from the field. They set the pick. Payton dishes to Gordon. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Gordon's got the lead up to 1 now for the Magic.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Look at slippery bar soak there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, exactly, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what Scott Skiles said to his team. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out, full speed. Guys?
Fournier passes to Payton. Feeds it to Smith. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And James with the basket on the assist by Smith. And now it's a 3-point Cleveland lead. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Cavaliers?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
.144 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Payton. The shot is off. Great D that time from Irving. To the inside, Smith. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Cavaliers lead by 5.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Now, here's Oladipo. Screen by Smith. And Oladipo kicks to Smith. 5 to shoot. Gordon with a screen on Thompson. Payton drives in. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Vucevic checked in for Orlando. James outside. And he gets it to go.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Payton kicks to Vucevic. Inside. Sinks it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
An excellent game we've seen from LeBron. 12 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
LeBron James at the line for 2.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Payton up top, covered by Irving. 34 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Pick by Vucevic. Shot clock at 6. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Oladipo for 3. Can't get it to go. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his 2nd personal foul. At the line for your Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson. 2 shots.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Watson for 3. They grab their own miss. Here's Marble. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
We see the Cavaliers get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered most. Just got the W.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
LeBron, no player has to endure the kind of scrutiny and pressure that you do on a nightly basis. How do you stand and deliver the kind of performance you did tonight?
I just wanted to try to lead my team the best way I could. Whatever I needed to do out on the floor, I tried to be there for them tonight. And, I'm glad we was able to get this win.
Thank you, LeBron. Kevin, this guy is extraordinary.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
We all know anytime you got LeBron James on the floor, he's going to bring that will to win. He has so many tools in his arsenal he can throw at you, not to mention his defense. Literally, any night he can take over a game. Tonight we saw King James exert his will in the game.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the Denver Nuggets. Well, for Denver, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Hey, let's talk about a guy we'll be watching tonight, the Manimal, Kenneth Faried. Just a madman on the floor and is perhaps one of the most active players in the league.
That's right, Ernie. He's from the Brick City, Newark, New Jersey. He plays with the heart of a lion in every aspect of the game. He's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. Shout out to Brick City.
Brick City, wow, but closer is New York City to him. That's why he got that game, I think, Shaq.
And now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan as we approach tip-off.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We're in the Palace of Auburn Hills. The Pistons are playing before their hometown crowd here in the Detroit area. So Detroit will get the first possession. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Faried at the 4. Moutier out there with Harris. Now here's Jackson. Fires for 3, and the shot is good. Jackson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Moutier with the ball. Guarded by Jackson. Clock at 6. To the wing on the left. Gallinari wide open. Here's Faried. Makes it off the glass.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Now here's Jackson. Morris outside. Here's Caldwell Pope, guarded by Harris. Deflects the pass, and stolen by Harris. And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Moutier with the ball. Jackson on him from 10 feet out. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his M.O.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years he's has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach, and his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
Shot clock at 6. Harris buries the long-range jumper.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. Morris outside. Here's Caldwell Pope, guarded by Harris. Here's Drummond. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. The Nuggets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Moutier pass to Jokic. Screen by Faried. Moutier kicks to Faried. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Jackson dishes to Caldwell Pope. Morris against Faried. Drummond a screen. 4 on the clock. Caldwell Pope passes to Drummond. Here's Jackson. No good from outside. And here's Moutier. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nuggets lead by 2. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons.
And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
Denver in the lead. Fans had a hard time finding their way to the stadium last season for the Pistons at the bottom in several home attendance categories last year.
Yeah, that's right in Auburn Hills.
I know.
I mean, they used to go a lot when they were winning championships. But to be fair to those fans, it was hard at times to watch the Pistons play. I mean, they could get cold and really struggle on their home floor.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Arthur out there with Wilson Chandler. Then there's DJ Augustine. Then it's Will Barton. And it's Laverne in at the center, locking down the middle. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And for the Pistons, a lot of their woes here at home were due to defense. I mean, their 18-23 home record comes from allowing too many good looks for their opponents.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
No good on that one.
And the Pistons, how about starting out 2-13 at home? I mean, they did turn it around afterwards, going 16-10 to finish out the season. At least they seem to be headed in the right direction.
Good on the second free throw. And so here's Denver. Augustine with it. There's a good screen. Here's Barton. Knocks down the 3 ball. Barton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside Jackson. The tray. Denver grabs the miss.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Arthur kicks to Augustine. There's the pass to Arthur. 1:35 left now here in the second. 4 on the shot clock. From 13. Good work defensively by Johnson.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
The Nuggets leading by 4. Passes to Arthur. Chandler outside. Another 3 for Denver.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
50 seconds left in the second quarter. Jackson dishes to Baines. Tolliver kicks to Baines. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
The dish to Chandler. Arthur passes to Augustine. Feeds to Laverne. All alone. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Laverne's got the lead up to 7 now for Denver. Now here's Jackson. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And that concludes the first half. Denver on top, up by 7. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. In the second quarter, we began to see what they're capable of when everything starts clicking, as they pulled out to a 7-point lead by the end of the half. Shaq, let's get your take on Denver.
Well, the shots were dropping for them. I mean, they was just dropping out of everywhere, dropping out the ceiling, dropping out the popcorn guy, man's hand, whatever. It didn't matter what the defense was. They found a way to get a good look almost every time. They just got to be patient, take as long as they need to keep finding those high percentage shots.
Over to Kenny. What do you think about Detroit?
I'd really like to see them attack the rim a little bit more. Change the game up, man. Generate some more easy baskets. Part of the reason they're behind is because they've been outclassed inside. They haven't been able to drive the ball, dish the ball. They need to pound it in the paint more if they want to win this basketball game.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. The Nuggets lead by 7. Detroit had a hard time making shots consistently last season. Clark, not a good shooting team from the floor. And, of course, that's in this league, it's going to kill you.
Yeah, it really will. I mean, at one point last year, Kevin, 3 of their 5 starters were in the bottom 10 in terms of players' field goal percentage. I mean, hard to win any game that way.
Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Tobias Harris is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second half for Stan Van Gundy.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And the Pistons would finish in the bottom 3 in terms of team shooting last year. But for the most part, their shooting did improve over the course of the season.
That one is no good.
And, you know, for the Pistons, they really had nowhere to go but up. I mean, shooting under 43% as a team is more than worrisome. I mean, it's something they'll have to drastically improve going forward.
Jackson dishes to Harris. Shot is off.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Moutier kicks to Gallinari. Denver passing it around. And that one's good. Jokic. Pistons trail by 10. Here's Jackson to the paint. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career high 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from 3 the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, a monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And getting back to Harris, there's just so much to like about his game. He lives in the gym, has a tremendous feel for the game, and he knows how to maximize his production within those athletic limitations.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
You know, the thing about Harris is he's a combo forward, extremely versatile. At 6'8", he struggles with size against the better power forward, and he lacks the athleticism of the better small forward. So to get the most out of him, you have to put him in the right matchups.
Now here's Moutier after the miss from Andre Drummond. Moutier and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Andre Drummond picks one up. Well, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Moutier, can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead. So we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling.
Right,
now we'll see if he can live up to it.
2 shots.
The free throw good for Moutier.
And how about Moutier, guys? He has a very interesting upbringing. Born in the Congo, grew up in Texas, then spent last season in China. Already a very well-traveled young man for a player of his age.
Nurkic checked in for Denver. J.K. Sampson comes in for Fareed. So he gets them both.
And, you know, with Moutier, you can't ignore what he does on the court. He has amazing size at the point guard spot, excellent vision, and is a natural playmaker for his squad.
.143 left to play in the third. Pass to Morris. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
.137 left in the third quarter. Harris outside. Gallinari passes to Sampson. Screen by Nurkic. Sampson kicks to Harris. And a miss there on the triple.
And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts at Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook. Westbrook comes back, sends Jackson to the bench. Then Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter in Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
Now, here's Nurkic after the miss from Reggie Jackson. Sampson kicks to Nurkic. Shot clock at 5. Screen by Nurkic. Off the screen. That's short off the rim. Now getting back to Jackson, he showed several times last season that he has that starter ability. The Thunder knew they wouldn't have the money to re-sign him, Clark, in free agency, so they traded him to avoid losing him for nothing.
Yeah, that's a good move. And with the Pistons, Jackson finished the season strong, while the Thunder, without Jackson or Durant's contributions, missed the playoffs for the first time in years.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
And Detroit has possession. Denver getting their last shot to go.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Now Moutier puts it up from 12. No good. Jackson can't get it to go. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Nuggets lead by 11. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway.
I realize this. I realize this. Respect this here. Check. I realize this. Check.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th.
Vanish every summer with the blue vans will come. We know the work and the can and run. With the plans with the get funded. Skate with the set to achieve this goal quick.
Pistons trail by 11. So on the floor for Denver, Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Farid at the 4. Will Barton is out there with Moutier. Drummond, and down it goes. Done through off a wonderful assist.
Superb assist there. Played the role of the maestro on that.
Here's Barton. Screen by Farid. Barton dishes to Farid. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Farid's got the lead up to 11 now for Denver. And here's Meeks. Harris with it. Terrific design on the big play. And he lays it in.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
The Nuggets leading by 9, and it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here.
You take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Now here's Moutier. Pass to Gallinari. Clock at 6. From 13, it's Drummond with the rebound. The Pistons shooting around 40% from the floor here. And it's Harris off the drive.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
Screen by Farid. Here's Gallinari. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
He just punishes you on the backboard. I mean, it's pretty deflating for a team trailing big and still giving up second chance opportunities.
A different look here for Detroit. Morris is checked in for Tolliver. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Jody Meeks. Outside Jackson. He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. That's good.
Wow, you don't see him make plays like that very often. That's a nice move there for the basket.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. He laid one thing out there for them, saying, now is the time to eliminate any chance of a mistake. We've got a good lead. Don't take any unnecessary risks or commit a silly foul. Smart basketball from here on out.
Gary Harris is checked in for the Nuggets. 58 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Outside Jackson. Dishes to Caldwell Pope. It's good. The assist is come from Jackson.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Now, Moutier. He feeds it to Fareed. Kicks it to Gallinari. And another miss by Denver. Detroit with the ball. 6-point game. Jackson passes to Harris. Jackson has the open look. The Pistons rebound. Connects. And now they trail by just 4.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot. That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Pistons, Danilo Gallinari. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Fifteen seconds left in the fourth. Again, the miss by Jackson. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Blake kicks to Tolliver. To the inside. Baines dishes to Johnson. Blake for 3. Off target with that shot. So we see Denver get the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kenneth Fareed.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
This is the Manimal we're talking about. Kenneth Fareed comes at you strong. He put the power in power forward. This guy plays strong all the time. He works as hard as anyone in the NBA.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Miami Heat. Looking at Miami, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And guys, still some time left till tip-off. Let's talk scoring. Kenny, how did you look to establish yourself at that end of the floor, and when did you know you were in for a big night?
Well, for me, it was just about getting the basketball in the right areas of the floor, either off the dribble or off the pass. So if I knew if I got to certain areas of the floor, I was going to be able to score and have a big night. The defense tried to dictate that, but you have to try to dictate it and overpower that mentally.
Well, I wanted to go out and average 28-10. So 28 divided by 4 quarters, 7 points a quarter. My goal was to be on the attack, try to get to the rim every time, hit as many free throws as I could. And if I had double digits after the first quarter, it's over. The Diesel will come. He smells blood.
So just 7 points a quarter. That's all you were looking for.
Yes.
And how many rebounds per quarter were you looking for?
4.
But that gives you 16 rebounds instead of 10.
I smell blood, Ernie.
I'm going to change the subject. That's it for now. Thanks for tuning in.
Shack it up.
Leave me alone. Hands off. Kenny, help.
Help.
We've got a capacity crowd here at the United Center. It's the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
And so the tip-off, it's Miami. So here is Miami's starting group. The big men are Bosh and Whiteside. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. And it's Dragic in at the 1.
And a great stretch of games here for Wade at the end of a great stretch of games for Wade at the end of last season. I mean, he turned back the clock, if you will, for a while and really helped carry this Heat team.
Heat on D. Rose kicks to Gasol. He dishes it to Gibson. Wade against Butler. 6 to shoot. Leaps for it. And so the ball out of bounds. Bosh touched it last. Down to 5 on the shot clock. With some arc. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact. So a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
One shot. One shot.
The free throw drops for Butler. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
Now Rose, following the miss by Chris Bosh from deep. And it's Dragic with the rebound.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Outside Dang. Bosh passes to Whiteside. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. For 3, Dunleavy. The shot will not go. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Dragic kicks to Wade. Clock at 6. Pass to Bosch. That's a 2 from Dang. And no good as it rattles out.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Rose against Wade. Baseline jumper. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
Dragic left side. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Bulls have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Now here's Rose. Gasol a screen. Rose dishes to Butler. Shoots the 3. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Bulls lead by 1. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
That's who they are. They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting into that paint.
Chicago leading.
And injuries once again were a central theme of the Bulls season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
They've got McDermott. Noah is out there with Mirotic. And there's Etuan Moore. And it's Brooks in at the point guard position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Now Moore after the missed 3 from Joe Johnson. And the rejection by Stoudemire. An even 3-on-3 break. Dragic with a wide open look. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams playing for these type of things. There's only so much Clark you can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
First free throw is good.
And back to Mirotic last season, Per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
And, you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off.
They get it again. Dragic. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High energy point guard, a lot like you, speed to burn, very smart guy, coveted by many.
He really is. And Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in the league, a la Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the three, or just taking it to the rack himself.
The first one falls.
And, you know, back to Goran Dragic, many of his transition opportunities start with his aggressive defense. Very active with his hands, has the instincts to jump passing lanes, the long arms to pick off passes. Suddenly, when he gets a steal, he's off and running.
Chicago making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
And talking about Goran Dragic, the one thing he has to be careful with is being over-aggressive on deep. Reaching for steals makes you susceptible to blow-bys and escape dribbles, and that can lead to uncontested layups and dunks for your opponent.
And here's Dragic following the 3 from Nikola Mirotic. And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Dragic.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time. Well, here in the second, not as listless. They're showing some signs of life offensively.
You know, steadying themselves. After a tough start, they're back on track.
Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve. Effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
Bosch, the screen. Wade kicks to Dragic. Bosch sets the pick for Dragic. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range, Miami no good on that time either.
For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in fourth-quarter points per game.
And it's Butler missing. The Heat trail by 6.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
Now here's Whiteside. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Bosch. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Jimmy Butler. For Miami, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. No good on the second free throw.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
And it's Rose penetrating. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
That'll do it for the first half. Wolves out front. They're up by 7. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. In the second quarter, we began to see what they're capable of when everything starts clicking, as they pulled out to a 7-point lead by the end of the half. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, what'd you think about Miami?
Well, obviously, they were outshot. I thought they mailed it in too many times in terms of their effort. People weren't moving, they weren't screening, and they definitely weren't hustling. They need to hit the ground running to be competitive in the second half, or they could get blown out.
And that'll do it for now, as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
Mirotic played a great quarter of basketball. He has 8 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
On the floor for Miami, Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside, and it's Dang in at the 3 slot. Rose passes to Gasol, and Gibson kicks to Butler. Poked away, stolen by Wade. The pass to Dragic. Outside Dang. Bosch, the screen. And Dang, here we go. And he uses the glass on the layup. Dang's got the first points of the second half up on the board for Miami.
Well, you knew things were going to be different in Miami without LeBron. They slowed down their approach on offense, going from one of the more up-tempo teams to one of the slower ones last season. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And for the Heat, Greg, you knew that they would be different. But, going from top to the second slowest pace, Clark was a very drastic move.
Yeah, that is a significant change in style. Covered the second least ground in the league last season, according to player trackers. You guys can figure that out.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it was over 16 miles ran per game as a team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The free throw drops for Butler.
Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Mirotic is checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there, and most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions, and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
Rose can't hit.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board, and his length doesn't hurt either.
Dragic against Mirotic. Here's Bosch. Here's Dang. Cannot hit. Rose with some nice D. The Bulls leading by 7. Butler dishes to Rose. Out to the right wing. Here's Gibson. Dragic with some nice D.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Whiteside a screen on Rose. It's Dragic with the drive. Gasol with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Mirotic. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. That's 10 points for Nikola Mirotic.
Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Now here's Rose, following the miss by Hassan Whiteside. Gibson the screen. Rose kicks to Butler. Just 5 on the clock. Gibson setting the pick for Butler. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Rose, no good. Wade. No good. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Bulls lead by 9. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. The Heat trail by 9. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for Chicago right now, Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter. McDermott is out there with Noah, and it's Brooks in at the 1 spot. And there's the foul. It's on Josh McRoberts. That is his first foul of the game. And so here is Chicago. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. And there's McDermott. That's good on the assist by Brooks. McDermott's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Bulls. Wade outside. The dish to Richardson. Johnson wide open. He fires. Another miss by Johnson. The Bulls leading by 11. Brooks outside. Noah the screen. Brooks kicks to Butler. Sinks the three-pointer.
How about that screen by Noah?
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Johnson. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. With the minutes ticking down and the deficit still a big one, those adjustments have to be a chance worth taking, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Portis, he's checked in for Chicago. Brooks with it. There's a screen. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Butler against Wade. Shot clock at 5. Portis. Miami grabs the miss.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. They only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
The Bulls leading by 12.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Bulls.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
They knocked down their shots. I mean, a little luck didn't hurt either. A lot of their 50-50 shots went in the basket.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Mirotic. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel. And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
Chicago making some changes. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Dunleavy. Justin Holiday comes in for Jimmy Butler. And Moore subbed in for Brooks. The Heat also changing it up. Amari Stoudemire, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Johnson in for Dwayne Wade. Richardson the pass to Winslow. 13 feet away. And Stoudemire with the basket on the assist by Winslow.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
Now here's Moore. Portis, the pass to McDermott. Outside Holiday. And too long on the shot. Here's Winslow. Rebounded by Moore.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubts that they'd come out on top.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Craig Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Mirotic.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Just an amazing impact he had in this game after not even being in the starting lineup. He's an other Ernie, and the crowd was loving it. They really enjoyed his style of play. He's going to continue to create more and more new fans for himself. I'm sure of that.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. And on tap tonight, it's the Sacramento Kings going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And as we take a few moments here, Shaq, the term basketball IQ is constantly thrown around these days. What exactly is meant by that? Because I don't have it.
Ernie, I have
basketball
no
IQ.
idea. You know, you can be smarter than me if you want to. You can be a Rhodes Scholar, but you know what I will do to you. Doesn't necessarily mean you make good decisions on the basketball court. Basketball IQ, that term is overrated.
Maybe
Ernie.
Kenny has an answer to this one.
Well, I think most people, when they first hear about it, they're talking about seeing the floor, having the ability to operate in the flow of the game and understand the time and score relationship. That's what a basketball IQ is. Like not taking a three-point shot with 24 seconds on the shot clock when you're up 9.
Not fouling a jump shooter.
Yeah, that's basketball IQ.
Right, okay, thank you. Kevin Harlan has a very high basketball IQ. Shaq has it too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like it.
I went to BYB, Bust Your Butt University.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from the capital city of California, Sacramento. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
And it's the Kings to start out. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the center position. Now, here is Irving. Pass to James. He dishes it to Love. Here's Thompson. Nice D from Cousins. On defense, the Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
Arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed.
Roof shot.
First one falls for him.
And, you know, Kyrie Irving really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher, too. He's so creative and crafty, terrific at the rim with both hands.
And both free throws good for Gabe.
And one thing about Irving's ball handling, he does a great job of protecting the ball. A very low rate of turnovers for a player as aggressive as he is on the bounce.
The screen from Thompson. Love goes in. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in his zone.
Rondo passes to Ace. Screen by Cousins. Cousins with a screen on James. Gabe. No luck. And Cleveland the other way now. Outside Irving. The feed now to Love. Howard down with both hands.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
The drive by Cousins. That's good.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. It's a pick by Love and a wide open look for Irving. AC with the rebound. Here's Sacramento.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
Now here's Rondo. Takes a shot at the elbow, and that's collected by Love. James outside. Back to Irving. The floater. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And speaking of Irving's star status, last season a signature shoe in his name. I see, in fact, that you and Clark are wearing them tonight. That's always a big deal.
Kevin, that's an elite club to be in. Only the true superstars get that kind of status. He certainly got the flash to go with the substance.
Shot clock at 3 on the Gay, and he gets it to go. Gay's got 5 points so far.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Irving kicks to LeBron. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gay. Cleveland shooting their first free throws of the game.
LeBron James at the line for 2.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.